Hey everybody, welcome back to the Real Estate Machine Show. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm your host, Chris Matan. Today is Sunday, September 13th. It's just about 5 o'clock. Sun is still out, my pool is still open, and summer is quickly coming to an end. My daughter starts her first full day of kindergarten tomorrow, so we're all excited about that. I'm sure you'll see a picture somewhere. But anyway, thank you again so much for joining me, and I want to take this episode. This is going to be a kind of a special episode for me. Selfishly, I'm going to talk about eXp. It is 1 year that I am with the company. I made the decision last September to make a move and join the Army, and I couldn't be happier. I figured I'm going to get on. Now's a good enough time as any to get on and share with you a couple of the reasons what compelled me to make that move a year ago, and that over the last 12 months how things have been going, and if there were any surprises, any things that I didn't necessarily count on, and there were a couple actually shocking surprises that I'm thrilled about, and really was just not on my radar whatsoever, and I really couldn't be happier. So I'm just going to kind of dive right in. I may bounce around a little bit. I'm going to try to keep this kind of conversational. I've got no notes in front of me, so this is just going to kind of come from my head and my heart. So I hope that you can bear with me, and maybe it'll offer some insight into the company, at least from my perspective. So a year ago, actually January of 2019, I decided I needed to make a move. And for my real estate business, I was with Keller Williams at the time. I have nothing bad to say about Keller Williams. The office and the other agents in the office and the staff were phenomenal. They were excellent people. But I needed to make a move. I needed to make a change, and I didn't really know exactly why or where. I knew that I did not feel very connected to that office, primarily because I didn't go there. I could never find the time. A lot of you know that I run a machine shop, Modage Machine, day to day, 8 to 10 hours a day, sometimes on Saturday. So my time is although I'm flexible, I could be flexible, my time is limited. And if I need to block out 2 hours of a day just to go into the office to get a couple of things, it just wasn't working for me. And because of that, and not ending up there or not going there, I just didn't connect. I didn't connect with anybody. I made some friends, but I ended up, I was introducing myself and reintroducing myself every time I walked into the doors. So it just really wasn't working out. The production wasn't there. The inspiration wasn't there. It was just kind of and this is all on me, but it was just kind of a waste of the situation. So I decided that I was going to start looking around. Didn't know what I wanted to do, where I wanted to go. Came across an eXp video on my own on YouTube, and I watched one video, then I watched two, then I probably watched 10 for like a week, and I was like obsessed. Like, I don't know, it really fascinated me, and I just kind of like dug in, and by I think it was by March or so, I hadn't even sat down with anybody yet and really discussed it in detail or talked to anybody who's even in the company. This is all just kind of based on video, my understanding of the model, and my gut, really. And but I talked to my wife, and my wife's first impression was, and she may have watched a few minutes of the video, but her first impression was that nobody knows eXp. Nobody's gonna see. I don't see those signs anywhere. So and so, and I kind of took her advice on that, and decided, you know what, maybe you're right at this point. And what I ended up doing was I went to an office down the street from my house. It was a RE/MAX office, and signed up with them. And my thought process was, this office is a couple blocks away. I can go in there and escape and do my stuff. It's pretty quiet. It's a very quiet office. There's not many people in there. And RE/MAX, RE/MAX is an unbelievable name. I don't have to worry about that. And I can kind of recharge myself and get myself going. So I ended up, to kind of like fast forward, I ended up doing one deal, and that deal was in July. And I'm still watching the eXp videos, mind you, and at the inspection, and at the broker's open, I'm watching eXp videos. So I make the deal, I close the sale, I get my commission, I look at the commission, and I was kind of like, something's wrong here. And 2 weeks later, I joined eXp, and I have not looked back since. So some of the things that I was obsessing about while watching these videos, and then subsequently talking to a couple of people within the company, was number one, this is a national brokerage. It's one brokerage across the country. We're global now. I think we're in 7 or 8 countries, but we're one company, one brokerage. And what that means is, as opposed to a franchise system where every office is kind of independently owned, or every market center is independently owned, eXp is agent owned. So all the agents own the company, where it's traded on the NASDAQ. And because of that, we have one commission split structure, we have one cap, and we have one monthly, what we call a tech fee, or a tech and university fee. And that's across the board. That doesn't matter how many markets you service. So I've been licensed in 2 states now for quite a while. And people that are licensed in 2 states and practice in 2 states, listen up to this, because I found it very just kind of cumbersome. I put my license in a holding company in Illinois in 2011 when I moved here to Cleveland, and primarily because I just I didn't want to lose the license. I don't want to let it lapse. I wanted to keep it up, but I really didn't feel like I would be doing any business in the Chicago area, considering I've got the machine shop, and then I'm doing some business over here, and then belonging to another office, trying to be connected to another brokerage and leadership team, dealing with different split structures and different caps if that was what they did, and different fees, going to different places that I've got going on here. It just felt very confusing and unappealing for any business that I would even do. So it was never really a talking point. So when eXp came around, and I realized that I can be a part of one company, one brokerage with one commission structure, one income, one expense, and that's it. And it all goes to the same place. It's all streamlined. It's all online. Very intriguing. I thought it was very, very powerful. So to that end, one of the goals that I made, that I set for myself this year, was to rejoin the Chicago Association of Realtors, which I did last month, and I'll be inputting a new listing this week. So it's already going to start paying off, and I've already made a lot of connections to eXp people within the Illinois and Chicago market. So I think that it's going to be a nice opportunity for me to make a few bucks back at my hometown, and reacquaint myself with a lot of the agents that I've known for years and years and years. So that's one of the things that I'm really, really excited about. So reason number one, national single brokerage. Reason number two was so cloud-based. I never really thought about cloud-based. When you think about cloud-based, you think, well, it's all online, and you're kind of on your own island, and you do your own thing, which is okay, because that's what I've been used to pretty much my entire career. And I've always been a solo agent. I just now this year have a transaction coordinator, but I've always kind of done my own thing and kind of beat to my own drum. So it really wasn't that concerning, but I found that the opportunity for me to participate in any kind of meetings that I needed to, or training, or not have the feeling of an obligation to go to an office and connect with people within that office was intriguing. So the fact that that I can run my business out of my shop, out of the office in my shop, was a major contributing factor. If you remember, I made my move to RE/MAX because of the fact that I wasn't going to the office, and I moved to RE/MAX because the office was just closer to my house. But the reality was I wasn't going to that office either. So now I'm like going to the office every day, because the office is in my home, or in my or in my shop, and it's made me remarkably efficient, actually. And efficiency is one of the things that I didn't necessarily count on. So if I'm going to jump ahead and let you know on one of the things that that kind of surprised me, is that I through some of the training that I received and I took advantage of, and through some of the people that I talked to, and just kind of like engaged with and really went all in on the collaboration within the company, I became a lot more efficient. And to be able to save any kind of travel time going to and from the office is massive. I mean, you could imagine some of the markets that you guys are in, the Chicago market. If you're driving anywhere, you got to get to that office. Between parking and actual traffic, it's a nightmare. You got to block out an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours for that. You're not going to go to the office and just jump in. You're going to have to spend some time there just because you're going to want to make it worth it. So the fact that I'm able to do everything from my home or my shop without the feeling that obligatory feeling of participating within my office was a game changer for me, and I became extremely efficient. So efficiency was something that I didn't count on. The other thing that I didn't count on is collaboration. You figure, like I said, you're at this cloud-based company. You're kind of on an island doing your own thing. Who are you talking to? Who are you meeting? If there's no office, if there's no water cooler or coffee pot that y'all go around and talk about your deals and your team meetings and your office meetings and your all that stuff, who do you meet? Well, apparently there's this thing called Zoom, and we do all of our meetings two ways at eXp. We do them through Zoom calls, which the whole world is aware of now because of Corona. But before Corona, I never even heard of Zoom, or before eXp, I should say. But if I wasn't part of eXp, I probably would have never heard of Zoom before Corona. So Zoom meetings have become a everyday event these days. But also we've got something called the eXp World, which is basically a virtual world, a virtual campus with offices and auditoriums and all different other kinds of places within this campus that we can meet as eXp agents. We can meet other agents. We can go in there for broker support, for tech support, all from the comfort of your own couch, if that's comfortable for you, or your own home office, or your shop, or wherever it is. So you really do not miss a beat. The broker support is second to none. I've never seen anything like it. How many times do you have a deal that you're working on at 9 o'clock at night, or you're dealing with in the morning, or something pops up early in the morning, and you've got this emergency question to ask your broker, but you can't get a hold of them? Nothing wrong, nothing against your broker. Your broker's probably great, but your broker's got a million other things going on. eXp's got a full staff of people available to you on a broker level, on a state level, that is that you can communicate through via workplace and work chat. You can communicate, you can go into their office in the eXp world, in the virtual world, and everything is in real time. And it's been absolutely mind-blowing how quickly you can get get questions answered in real time. And you just do not miss a beat whatsoever. It's again, it goes back to that efficiency, but then it goes to the collaboration, because we've got a company now that's aligned financially. 32,000 agents are all aligned financially, willing to help and support and share all of their tricks and tips and secrets and processes and all that stuff with each other, because there's a financial reason to help ourselves grow and help each other. So, there could be a guy out in California doing a deal. I'm going to root for that guy because he's going to add to the production of the business and the production of the company as a whole, and arguably increasing the value of the stock, which is going to increase the value of my portfolio. So that, in addition to revenue share and people building up their revenue teams, also makes you really uniquely aligned financially. And the way that the revenue share structure is set up is that it not only promotes you as the agent to go out and attract other agents to the company simply for growth and simply for your own kind of revenue share business, but it encourages you financially to help the people that you attract do the same thing. So you're really, it's really an army out there in one big fire, helping each other, trying to grow this business. And it's, it shows that over the last 12 months, we've had, 12,000, 1,000 agents a month coming in across the board. It's pretty impressive. I think that there's, I don't know what growth the other brokerages are seeing, but I think there's a decline because there's a change in the industry. And I'm going to go back now to one of the other reasons, probably the final reason that really compelled me to make this move, and it's being part of something revolutionary. You see, or we make some comparisons between Netflix and Blockbuster, between Amazon and your traditional retail store, or Uber and taxi cabs. Airbnb is a good one, but the best one is probably the Netflix versus the Blockbuster. Make things, Netflix has made things very, very easy, very, very efficient, and very, very cost effective compared to Blockbuster. I mean, remember what you had to do? I mean, it was fun. Yeah, get in the car and go out to your Blockbuster and walk the aisles and see which movies are there for you to rent. It's a lot of fun, but it's a pain in the ass. And today, click on your remote control on your TV and you got any movie you want via Netflix for a monthly fee. I mean, it's it's game changing. And you talk about the brick and mortar with the real estate companies, the amount of money spent with leases and overhead at real estate brokerages. It's no joke why, or it's no surprise rather, why brokerages are not operating on very high margins. But imagine if you can eliminate the brick and mortar, the leases, the coffee contracts, the electricity bills, the copy machine bills, all that stuff, and be able to pour that money back into the agents. That's what eXps figure out how to do. And it's really been remarkable, and it was something that kind of clicked with me immediately. It still took me 9 months to actually pull the trigger and make the move, but it clicked with me. And I think that it clicks with people or it doesn't. And I think sometimes people are not ready to hear something different, hear something new, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think as a business person, it's important to know what your competition is doing and know what other opportunities are available to you. I see that in my machining business. I like to know what my competition's doing. I like to know what equipment's out there, and what processes are out there that maybe we can improve what we're doing. And it's the same thing with the real estate business. Other companies, if you're an agent with Keller Williams, and somebody asks you, hey, you want to come over here and check out Century 21? Yeah, maybe you check it out, and see what they're doing and see how it compares. So when somebody asks you, hey, what, are you happy with your brokerage? What's going on? You feeling any pain? You want to check out a different model, instead of just keeping the blinders on and not entertaining it whatsoever. Maybe having an open mind is just a good business principle. Nobody's begging you to make a move. Nobody's forcing you to make a move, but to have somebody that cares enough that maybe is willing to share something that could make a difference. It's just something to think about, something to consider. So when I saw it the first time, it was eye-opening to me. But there are a lot of people that are very, very comfortable with where they're at. They're very loyal to their colors, and they're loyal to their managing broker, which actually is a very, very key part to loyalty. I believe that people stay with their managing broker more than the brokerage itself. That if the managing broker were to leave and go to another company, a lot of those agents will follow, because there's been a trust established, and there's been a rapport established, and there's been a good manager is hard to find, and you follow that manager. It's been it's proven in a number of industries, and real estate's no different. So you managing brokers out there, it's probably a good idea to hear and look at the eXp model, just so you know what you're up against when agent retention is probably the hardest thing to maintain in a real estate brokerage company, or a team for that matter. Agent retention. And eXp has also found a way to solve that problem, or to make the retention a lot higher, significantly higher. It gives people a reason to grow within the company and stay. So, and again, I don't want to go into the weeds on all that, but there's some pillars here. There's some principles within the business, some broken issues within the business that I believe that eXp's really solved, and it's definitely worth a look just to hear it out. So eXp has solved a lot of my issues. It has not only inspired me to do more business on the real estate side, the principles and the inspiration that I'm getting from my co-agents and my the training and the leadership at eXp, I've brought over to the machine shop, and we're seeing great things at the machine shop. I've completely turned over my team. I have one guy on my shop floor that's been there more than 18 months. Everybody else is brand new to our company, and it's a team that I've built piece by piece. It has not been easy. It's been very difficult, actually, and I'm using a lot of the principles that I'm picking up over here with eXp and bringing it over to Marge Machine, and it's translating. And that was also one of the major benefits, was surprises that I didn't count on, is the growth and the success of Marge Machine. Marge Machine's been up and down for the last several years for a variety of reasons, and I'm not going to go into, but suffice it to say that over the last year, 18 months, things have really turned around, and we couldn't be happier as a family. And I attribute a lot of it to eXp Realty and my association with the company and my association with the people within the company. So, all you eXp people out there, thank you for inspiring me and keeping me online and motivated. And it's been an unbelievable organization to be a part of. And, in 10 years, I'm sure there's going to be another shiny object out there that revolutionizes the company or the industry. But for now, I really think eXp is on a really good path toward growth and really changing the industry. I'm excited to be a part of it, and anybody that wants to dive in a little bit deeper in the company, or talk a little bit more specifics on what I'm doing and why I'm doing it and how I'm doing it, just reach out, comment. I'd love to chat with you. I'd love to sit down, have a coffee, beer, tea, whatever you like, and or we could do it virtually. Yeah, the whole world's going virtual. We'll do it virtually. Anyway, to all you people out there, I appreciate all the support you've given me over the last 9 months with the Real Estate Machine Show. It's been a lot of fun. I'm going to keep it going. I don't know how much longer this year I'm going to have this backdrop, but until then, have a great rest of your Sunday evening and great week, and then we'll catch up then. Talk to you. Bye-bye.